we have created this society. Not each one of us, but our past generations. We have, those and us have created this present immoral, destructive society. That is the problem. That is the crisis. It's not political crisis, economic crisis, or the crisis of war. But the crisis is in ourselves.
I was veiled for 20 some odd years, shielded from the ills in the seat of my high chair. Listen, I never questioned if my comfort was perpetual until my first passing sight shattered all I ever knew. As I traveled through town, I saw a man on the bench, alone, void of friends, full of regrets, face wrinkled, hunched over, cold hurt. People said, look at him, he's old as dirt. As I watched his hands quiver and felt my warm flesh get flush, I thought, what's the difference between us? A voice said, that man is you. You've always been one and the same thread as the sun and the rain. I
now
thought,
the truth seems withered and worn, offered you itself when you were born. The skies aligned in a curious way. You came from the hills and you shunned what you heard them say. You never put faith in the words of people. You trust in the river and the trees to teach you. The lotus and the seekers of its path beseech you. Me too.
I chewed on this image for a little while, but had sweet indulgence shoved down my throat. Truthfully, I didn't much resist it, and when I floated off a bit, bliss shut the lid until on my very next sojourn, I saw a bald little girl and felt a burn. The grief that I had to learn, a face too sweet and anguish unearned. I watched as the heads of the people turned like poor her. In her eyes was nothing I could picture in mine. Doors to a candid body designed to work fine. I felt trapped, but knew I couldn't even really feel that. Confined to this tenuous illusion of time, I
now
thought,
the truth seems withered and worn, offered you itself when you were born. The skies aligned in a curious way. They came from the hills and you shunned what you heard them say. You never put faith in the words of people. You trust in the river and the trees to teach you. The lotus and the seekers of its path beseech you.
Stranded between cancer and the answer, I began to get perturbed by the songs and the dancers. An imprudent sketch seemed to mock scenes I couldn't forget, and every time I closed my eyes, back there I went. On my third tour outside the castle walls, I came across a poor mother who had it all taken from her. She said her son was an Indian farmer, indebted for his GMOs. He watched his field recede farther, so he swallowed pesticide and died, owing less than I squander without bother. How much food do I throw away? If I only knew a soul be saved, I
now
thought,
the truth seems withered and worn, offered you itself when you were born. The skies aligned in a curious way. They came from the hills and you shunned what you heard them say. You never put faith in the words of people. You trust in the river and the trees to teach you. The lotus and the seekers of its path beseech you.
the dim light turned my palace to a dungeon, reflecting off the gold like it'd rather not touch it. I try to push the panic away, but it's not budging. I'm not fit to suffer these woes, is my presumption. Been given all I got, it's left me with no gumption. Piled goods atop a bad foundation and it's sunk in, and I decided I would bury it. So on my fourth trip out, I hopped off the chariot, pressed on the ground where the dollar was found, and through the glow, I could barely see a man with an aura of solidarity, poised like a tree, ready for the brunt of the wind, threadbare but digging deep for something to give. I said nothing to him, just smiled like I knew him. His contemplative gaze gave me function to live, and through the still eyes of suffering, I realized the true nature of everything.
Now the truth seems withered and worn, offered you itself when you were born. The skies aligned in a curious way. They came from the hills and you shunned what you heard them say. You never put faith in